Eugenia Rossi.
There she is. I see her. I see her now.
Madeline Russin.
Here she comes.
Elise Scary. Jillian Sander. Raquel Silva.
Yes, sis!
Esther Sung.
Turned on the mic for this one after 3 times. Guys, it's been a while. It's been a while. It hasn't been easy whatsoever. This is a video meant to be for those who graduated art school and understand that as an artist, they should become their own independent career as an artist after graduating from art school. And that's what we're gonna talk about. If you understand that you're not dedicating yourself to your own art career after graduating art school, this video might not be for you, or you might not really relate to it that much. Just wanted to save you some time on that. And if you feel like watching it, you're more than welcome to. Thank you. And we'll talk about that in a second. I don't know exactly when culturally this way of thinking started about the artist is this individual that is almost meant to starve. I don't know when that shit started. If anybody knows, please leave it in the comments below. I'll be happy to learn more about this. And ever since, I don't know when, probably ever since the 19th century, the only business model that was implemented into the artist community was through commissions. It was a commission-based way of living, way of earning income through artists. Okay? And I don't know if this is still incorporated culturally into art school. It is still pretty much permanently that the starving artist view, it is still out there. And still to this day, I still had this vibe on one of the speeches of graduation from art school that is sort of like, okay, yeah, sure, it's true, it's not gonna be easy, it's not an easy path for nobody, it's scary, whatever you want to call it, and you are going to starve, right? And then it's sort of like, again, bringing back the imagery of the starving artist, which I strongly refuse to live by, and I strongly refuse to prove throughout history. It has been repeated through history, but I don't want it to be repeated on mine. I don't know about you. And I don't want to bring back to life the image of the starving artist in my life. That's what this vlog is about, this career vlog. And I want more than that. I want more than achieving what I need to achieve. However you wanna take this, honestly. I, like every other artist, I do wanna thrive, and I don't wanna be afraid to thrive. And I graduated from an art school, and one of the things that keeps me sane is that I don't want to be. I did not graduate to become a starving artist. I did not. Period. I'll talk about what's happening right now. There's an example of commission work, right? A very traditional form of business that was one of the very first implemented business models into the artist community to survive, as one of the reasons to utilize commissions into the artist community, besides to become recognized beyond many other things, but one of the most practical reasons is to survive, right? So here I'm doing an illustration for somebody who is publishing a book, a children's book. Is more for like ages 12 to 15, I believe, or 8. And this just like one of my days, one of the first days after graduation, is actually dedicating time to one of those early business model situations for the artist community, commissions, right? I do not discard them. I do not die for them. It's a resource, right? But I think it's important to recognize, like always, that it is one of the only earliest ways of working and generating income from the artist community. It was one of the first ones. And if you think about it, a commission is basically you do something for somebody, or because somebody told you to do so. So it is a way of earning income where the artist works for somebody, right? Not as different as working on Walgreens, not as different on having a career where you are under chiefs, when you are in a company, right? There's nothing wrong with that, right? If you aspire to that, that's great. If you aspire to somebody who supports a mission statement from a particular company, that's great. I've done that before. I've had to, and maybe I will. Maybe I will have to. Right now, it's like one of those attempts to start off by becoming an independent artist, and there's nothing wrong with that, right? As long as you have very clear exactly what you really want, what you really, as an artist, how do you want the foundation of your career to rely on, before going even further into really what you want to do. You really gotta understand who are those who you can really rely on, right? Doesn't matter how few, doesn't matter how many. Make sure you have that list of people that are your rocks, who are your foundation. You cannot do this shit alone. This thing about becoming your independent career, that self-made situation, those self-made people did have some sort of help. You cannot, it's impossible to do something completely alone. And it really depends on your circumstances, but it really depends on you, on your own efforts. And part of those efforts is asking for help, is learning to ask for help, is learning to understand who is in it for you, who is in it, to help you out, That is part of your independent efforts, asking for help. That is part of your self-made process. Okay, and I'm here to share with you, this is a real journey that is about to happen right after graduation on art school. These last 3 months before graduating has been a very difficult process of really assimilating that, a very scary process, right? Very thankful that I am not alone in this process. I have friends, I have family that sometimes understand but sometimes not understand what I'm going through, which is totally normal. But that's the situation right now. There's ever since my graduation started, it has become a day of agenda. It was another day to set up an agenda for more projects to not just sustain me, but to keep building up my career. And that's what this video is about, to ask about those questions about the starving artist. What is this particular fear that only artists that are going to graduate art school, is so particular from many other schools that are not from art, that are not art schools. Leave some more things in the comments. Please let me know what else you want to talk about this topic, because there's just so much to talk about though. And if there are any ideas that you guys might want to indicate more in. So right now I'm working on this commission where it'll become one of my first projects from before graduating and post-graduation kind of resources. There is a couple things coming up this summer, particularly in fall as well. I'll keep you updated with that. Now that I graduated, I can go full-time on my career, and that is actually quite exciting to me. That's the most exciting part to me. Yeah, so that's what's up right now. Yeah, it's just really overwhelming, this particular topic. I might do a second part or something. But guys, this is it. This is the real shit right now. And I forgot to tell y'all, down in the description below, the description box, you'll be able to see what other commissions I'll be doing. I am available to make portrait commissions, mural commissions, and illustration commissions. All the information is down there in the description box. So feel free to hit me up if there's any other project that you might want to work with me, or that you might want to create for somebody else. So please let me know. All right, thank you.
Look at her. Yes, girl.
I know, right?
Jeremy
Go,
Sir.
Yes, girl.
go, go.